Hey everybody, welcome to Back Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
We're going to do Avengers No Surrender, the most epic Marvel event of recent times.
How recent?
Like within the last year or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very recent.
That is very recent.
Yeah, and it's a 15-part mega event that encompasses all the Avengers teams. And yes, up to about a year ago, there were a lot of Avengers teams. At some point or another, Marvel was like, you know what brand everybody knows? Avengers.
Because we're making movies.
Yeah, and they're all called Avengers. I'm shocked that the Guardians of the Galaxy movies weren't just called Space Avengers, because that is the brand. And so they were like, well, if one brand works, how about 4 or 5 brands? So there was like the Avengers, right? But then there was the Uncanny Avengers, which they also dubbed the Unity Squad, which came out of Avengers vs. X-Men, where Cap was like, man, we won, but like I kind of feel bad about all the things that Cyclops said to me about how we didn't include like mutants and stuff. So like let's do an Avengers team that has mutants on it. You know, that way we look more inclusive. It's like, why don't you just call them the Avengers then? Well,
No. We can't actually call them Avengers.
let's keep these teams separate but equal.
They're not Avengers. Let's be
clear.
Clear here.
So
Because
They're
we can't
X-Men.
have mutants on the Avengers.
I mean, come on,
Dirty
Except that, like,
beauties
even
are
though
the
like
Avengers.
literally the second iteration of the Avengers had mutants on it.
Okay,
Scarlet Witch and
Wolverine,
Quicksilver
yes.
were mutants. And they were on like phase 2 of the Avengers, which is only like issue 6 of the Avengers comics. Then during the like all new, all different era, they came up with the US Avengers.
Aren't they all
Wait.
in the U.S.?
Well, I mean, let's not, yeah. But this one's like fully funded by the government or whatever. And the US Avengers was like a weird experiment that I was like, I'm gonna give this an issue and see how it goes. And then I did. And so that was it.
I want to look at this. Keep going.
So the US Avengers was headed up by another mutant. This one was Sunspot, who used to be a New Mutant.
Okay.
A team called New Mutants.
Right.
And Sunspot, turns out, is also like super strong, and he can catch on fire and stuff. And he is also like limitlessly wealthy, and he takes over the like advanced idea mechanics, which used to be AIM, the bad guy beekeeper supervillain team. When they took over, they called it the Avengers Idea Mechanics, and it's like a good guy super scientist team.
But it's still AIM.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah. All the shirts still have the AIM on them. We're just going to change the name. Also, Avengers. Think Avengers.
Right.
Then there was, of course, Hawkeye, who's like, man, remember Civil War II when I shot the Hulk in the face with an arrow and killed him? I feel kind of bad about that. So, like, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to create my own, like, social justice squad called Occupy Avengers. You know, like Occupy Wall Street?
Which has 2 people on it.
Yeah. Well, that's the only people who, like, wanted to join him because they thought that was stupid. So it's Hawkeye.
What do they do?
They wander the land,
Yeah, and like
righting wrongs.
it's the A-team, but there's only 2 people. They go out and they like help folk who need helping,
Oh.
but on their terms. So it's Hawkeye and Red Wolf.
So they're not Avengers at all.
No, but Hawkeye's on the team,
So
and the team it was called Occupy Avengers. So no, they were not Avengers. And then there were just like regular Avengers who didn't really have like a team.
Was
per
Red
se.
Wolf ever on the Avengers at one
Nope.
point? Oh, I was hoping it was like people who
Former
occupied
Avengers. Yeah, we
the
occupied a
Avengers.
slot at the Avengers, and now we don't. Okay, so we're former Avengers. That should be a team.
there you go. X-Avengers.
X-Avengers. X-Avengers
X-Avengers.
should be the X, and then Avengers, and it's like just X-Men who used to be Avengers.
Okay, once again, you're really separating the mutants.
Yeah, that's a book. I'm telling you, X-Avengers is coming.
So
And there's unaffiliated too.
Yes, those are the people who just...
People like Captain America, who's not an Avenger, or
not-
Captain Marvel, who's not an Avenger.
Yeah, who's
we
definitely...
want you to know that right now they're not Avengers.
Exactly. Cap,
on this
Marvel
list.
is in charge of Alpha Flight, which used to be a Canadian super team, but is now a space team that like is basically Sword, but Fox had Sword, so let's create another thing that doesn't reference Sword, because Sword was run by Abigail Brand, who's a Fox character. So let's just not.
Yeah.
Can we
Let's
not?
do something? But
we
I
own?
like that idea.
Right.
So I'm just
And even though it's
make
ingrained
another
in the Marvel like cosmology and landscape, let's just create a new thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I assume they put all these X-Men on these additional teams because they didn't want to make X-Men books.
Right.
But they still want to use those characters.
Totally.
So now they're Avengers.
Exactly.
Very smart move in the beginning of this book, listing all the characters
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the teams they're on, but also their actual names.
Yes, so when they refer to each other by first name, you're like,
know who the
what?
hell they're talking
well,
about.
That's vital to this book because
Thank God.
this is an Avengers epic story which features no one you know. So
Yeah, so I need
which
that
which
list.
includes new characters and old characters. So the story opens in Texas, and Miguel Santos, formerly a superhero who used to be on the West Coast Avengers in like the 80s, called Living Lightning, is infiltrating a gang of car thieves.
Okay.
And he's trading on the fact that like nobody knows who Living Lightning is anymore. So he's just using his real name. And he's in this like high stakes poker game for stolen Ferraris. And then like the gang leader shows up and he's like, what in tarnation are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we're just playing with Mr. Santos. He goes, that ain't no hustler. That's the Living Lightning. Like he's a
I'm
big
paying you boys to play some track.
and to dance around like a bunch of morons. So like he literally draws his gun. He's like, that's the Living Lightning. Like he's a huge Avengers fan. Like knows who these people are.
I got his card mint condition back in my house.
Do you know what his speed and dexterity and power levels are? Because I do.
There are at least 5s.
Let me check. So he opens fire, and so Santos like breaks out the Living Lightning powers. He can shoot and become Lightning, who just wants to be called Lightning. He's like, I kept getting
Please, my
confused.
father was living like
I think it was that he was annoyed about the confusion with another energy-based super villain called the Living Laser. And that's fair.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I don't think there's any other Marvel characters called Lightning, so let's just stick with that.
It's available.
Well, it's just energy, right?
Yeah. And by the way, great opportunity because they don't take Thor off the table in the story for Lightning to get sucked into Mjolnir and create like a cool Avengers fastball special where she fires him at anybody. Wasted opportunity. He walks off with the detective that he's working with that, you know.
He's trying to crack the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The car thieving ring.
Yeah. There's an implication that maybe they're sleeping together as well.
Oh.
And you're like, oh ho. And right as they're about to like seal the deal, the sky turns red. And, you know, it's an Avengers level event. Oh no.
Oh.
And so we check in with Falcon, who used to be Captain America. So now he's just Falcon, but he's still leading the Avengers.
You really miss flying at some point.
He flew anyway.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, he was just
He was
Cap
flying
and flew. The whole world's in tumult. You know,
Why? What's happening?
Well, the sky is red, and like the weather is changing, and like volcanoes are erupting, and it's just like everything's
Just general end of the world type stuff.
exactly.
Oh, so this is Gozer coming back.
Sure. So Vision calls to Alpha Flight, who should be Sword, but Fox owns Abigail Brand, so let's just create a
calling it.
whole different space station. But they set that up, arguably.
Did they have Sword get destroyed, or is Sword just over there?
Let's just not talk about it.
Sword is sheathed.
And Alpha Flight is where it should be, but there ain't no more Earth or Moon.
What?
Well, that's not really where it should be.
Yeah. And so Captain Marvel's just standing there in space, and she's like, So we know as the reader.
Our A plot is Earth's.
The B plot,
stuff's happening, and
there
the
is
B
no B plot
is-
of them.
No.
Occasionally they'll go,
That's just so we know what happened.
yes, that's a framing device so that because none of them left the atmosphere to go see that they're in a different universe or whatever.
Okay.
So that's just that. We don't see them again until they go back.
How long ago was this written?
Like a year or so.
And they made Captain Marvel, one of the people who's going to have a major movie soon, have no part in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
she
a
wasn't an
major
Avenger.
player in Civil War II, and that went really poorly. And also, we demonized her character, and so we're gonna try and make people forget about her. Also, but there's also a narrative reason why she's not in the story, and it's because this book stars no one you've ever heard of.
So it's like intentional.
It's intentional that the A-listers aren't in this book.
Okay.
It's a book where the world is saved by the Avengers, who are all made up of D-listers.
So it's like really tough.
Yes.
So like,
Well,
And you're
Yeah.
like, I don't know if they can do it.
it's kind of fun to
There's
think about
actually
that.
some tension. Like, these guys kind of suck. This might not work.
None of them are selling books right now. I don't know
Right.
how. Some of them are. A couple of them don't get like taken off the board. But
they can't even sell a book. How are they going to save the world?
right. So we meet up with Jarvis, who is going grocery shopping with Nadia Pym, who is Hank Pym's extramarital daughter that he
Okay.
never knew about, but now is the Wasp.
Okay. I didn't know about that.
Nope. And now you do. So
now
Nadia
you do.
Pym, who is the current Wasp, although even Janet Van Dyne is also Wasp, so let's forget
There's
about
two
that.
wasps?
Yeah. But one of them's young and hip, and she has her own book.
Okay.
So and Jarvis kind of became like a mentor / father figure for Nadia. So she and he kind of like hang out a lot.
Okay.
So the street erupts, their groceries are gone, and people are in peril. And Jarvis is basically an honorary Avenger. So he like springs into action. This little boy's gonna get crushed by rubble. Jarvis pushes him out of the way and gets crushed by it. And Nadia like goes to rescue him, and so Jarvis is in peril. When I first read it, I'm like, oh, they killed off Jarvis. Yeah, because Jarvis in the movies is an AI.
Right.
And so why would we have this like doddering Alfred ripoff character when we could just, get rid of him and replace him with a fun, cool robot?
When we could not.
Yeah.
But it's also written by like Mark Waid, who loves the Avengers and the old school universes. So it's like, why would he do that? But you'll see that like Jarvis represents the real tension of the story.
Talk about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Like, I love these characters.
Let's kill them.
And now I have to kill them.
Right. No, he's not. He doesn't go that far. But yeah, I can see that being a decision. So like all the Avengers kind of like come together, and we see everybody like doing their thing, and they're just going across the world trying to like put out fires. The reality is the Earth is outside of its universe.
Right.
So like,
How is there light?
well, it's manufactured, but like the reality is the Earth being moved into another place causes the Earth itself to like turn against itself. Like volcanoes are erupting, tidal waves are happening. It's just an overall mess.
Just a lot of geologic upheaval.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so all the Avengers teams all across the world all have to come together to like protect the Earth from itself. Like there's no big bad guy. It's just that the Earth is like
there's just
coming
natural
apart.
disasters everywhere.
Exactly. And that's already
Interesting.
kind of like hard to accomplish.
Yeah.
Right, but here's the thing. The real Avengers would be able to like solve this
Oh,
problem.
no, the
with
real
a
Avengers
split.
are doing this right
It
now.
is the real Avengers.
All of the Avengers teams are working to
Just the Avengers are kind of
six
weird
things.
right now.
No, but
Yeah.
I mean like Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah, well, he ain't
and
there.
Thor
Well, Iron
and
Man at
everything.
this point I think is still in an induced coma, but
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying like,
Yeah.
look, you could have the real Avengers.
the real
Well,
Avengers
these are the real Avengers.
real
they got
Avengers-
the Avengers in front of their name.
Yes,
I get
also
it.
Captain
I
America,
get it.
but like everyone is still on the board right now.
But
Captain
remember
America's
the
doing
movie
stuff.
you saw a few years ago
Yeah,
that called
none of
The
that.
Avengers?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they could fight a big bad guy.
Right. Then out of nowhere, this asteroid or seemingly an asteroid like starts firing through the atmosphere, and one of them like notices and is like, and now we're getting asteroids. Then it takes a hard left and crashes into the Coliseum, and you're like, oh, okay, it's not an asteroid.
No, it's like,
It's a meteor.
So it crashes, and so Captain America is springing into action, kind of like trying to suppress the tide of like insanity happening in Washington, D.C. And as he's springing into action to protect his family, he freezes, and he is absorbed in this blue energy field. Spider-Man freezes. Black Panther freezes. These new team we're trying to sell, the Champions, freezes. All of the X-Men freeze. Select members of the U.S. Avengers freeze. Vision is
not
frozen.
Red Hulk though.
No, because Red Hulk's stupid. And it's not even the Red Hulk you're thinking of. Like, there was an original Red Hulk who was very popular, and he was an Avenger. But then, like, they got rid of him, and they replaced him with General Robert Maverick, who's, like, another Red Hulk, who has, like, a special wristwatch that maintains his Hulk power. What the hell?
he's like Red Hulk, but complicated.
Right. It's fun.
You're just something totally different then.
Yeah, but I do become a Red Hulk, though.
But look at my cool red giant mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have that. And a hat and a gun.
Well, because sometimes I'm not hulked out,
He's
and then
also
I'm just
not
a guy.
that big. Is he not? So he's not hulked out there.
He's like
He just
he's
looks like
a
a fit man.
he like dials it down to
Oh,
one.
there's like grades or
Yeah.
degrees of Hulk.
He has what's known as like an hour of power. So like if he turns it all the way up, like I can totally go full Hulk, but then it's like reduced. I don't
For like a few minutes.
for like a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Aw. Isn't that fun?
No.
No.
It's different.
Right.
It is something I've never seen before. So
Yeah. Spawn made it to issue 50 with that bullshit. So
Yeah, I don't want a timed superhero.
right, no. But there's
There are ways to
well, it's
do it.
conflict. He has
Yeah.
to. He has to fight something.
but I don't care about this character anyway.
If you're alone, sure, but when you have a team backup, it's not that big of a deal.
No, it's true, exactly. But he's the powerhouse. But then I would get a new powerhouse. So everybody is like, oh crap, like some of the heroes were with them when it happened. And so everybody kind of congregates over at Avengers Mansion. Formerly Sunspot of the New Mutants, now Citizen V, who actually was the mantle that belonged to Baron Zemo when he formed the Thunderbolts, but we're doing kind of like a play on stuff. When this dude forms the U.S. Avengers, he takes on the mantle. But
Not like his powers, though.
No, just the code
Just
name.
the name.
Just the name.
You know what? I'm done being Falcon. I think from now on you should all call me Magneto.
But that has nothing to do
I've
with who you
taken
are.
up the mantle of Magneto.
Why?
Because I have chutzpah, charisma, social magnetism, you might say.
If you will. So anyway,
Did
Sunspot.
Magneto approve this? I don't know if you could just.
matter.
No.
So Citizen V like formulates the team, but like basically the respective leaders of their teams like come together. Like Rogue was the leader of the Unity Squad, so she's kind of like helping to call the shots.
Okay.
And so they all meet at Avengers Mansion. They all collect the frozen bodies of their comrades and like stick them in the like refrigerator or whatever. And so
Are they frozen like cold? Like they have to keep them cold?
no,
Oh,
I'm just making a joke.
I
Right? Like
see.
they stick them in the garage.
Yeah.
So everybody is like congregating on the front lawn, and then Nadia shows up with like, well, she sends Jarvis to the hospital, but she shows up. She's like, Jarvis was hurt, and oh no, what are we gonna do about Jarvis? And Rogue's like, okay, I'm not normally a leader, but I am right now. And the reality is, we all love Jarvis. We're trying to save the world. So like, he's at the hospital. That's really all we can do.
Yeah.
Like, and
He's
by
just
the
one
way,
guy.
you're also like one of two wasps. So if you want to go be with Jarvis, like go ahead. But like, Jarvis is the least of our problems right now,
And
that
if you're gonna
sucks.
go, leave the suit.
We need a new wasp. So no, we already have two wasps, so we're good. But like, so Nadia's like, I can't believe that you're forgetting about Jarvis.
Oh my god.
So then like Beast is like, I'll go and help out because like I'm a super scientist and like you got enough super scientists here. I'll go deal with Jarvis. Also, I'm a classic Avenger and I knew Jarvis really well, so it makes sense that I would go. So Beast gets fucked and he leaves with
Because we've
Nadia.
heard of him, so he has to go away.
Well, he might be useful
Yeah.
in actually like coming up with a good plan. or
There's plenty
solution.
of characters like that. Tony Ho, for example, is also very useful.
Who?
Oh, you don't know Tony Ho?
No.
She is the daughter of Yinsen, the dude who helped Stark build his armor and stuff in the original story.
yeah.
And she is a super genius, and she has her own like Iron Man stuff, and she helps run AIM. Anyway, the team is formed out of a bunch of like nobodies and X-Men that we're not going to put out right now. And then, don't worry, because everyone is galvanized by the return of the classic Avenger, Voyager. Voyager returns from beyond time. This classic character who formed the Avengers. She's an original founding member of the Avengers. Voyager appears.
What, like in the 60s?
Yeah, like when the Avengers first appeared, Voyager was there too. Not really.
Oh.
Does she travel into space?
Well, we'll find out where Voyager's been the entire time.
Would you say that she's sort of like a Star Trekker?
No.
Like Star Trek Voyager?
No, I would not. Her powers have nothing to do with that. So Voyager appears and she's like, haha, I've been here the entire time. And then they like retcon in that she's been there the entire time.
They give you a book that has her in it. That didn't
That's a
exist.
cover to one of the issues, which is
Yeah.
really fun. But then they, like when they promoted
Marvel
this
likes
book.
to do that.
I know.
That's
Century.
weird.
We just did that.
Yeah.
Like 10 years ago. But they released a whole bunch of like promotional posters of the classic Avengers and they just like put her in there too.
And everyone's
Okay.
like, I've seen the original. I have it at home.
Right, but they're like, no, but now Voyager's also always been there too. So,
no.
So Pym and Beast set up shop in the hospital that Jarvis is in, and they're like, this rudimentary stuff, we'll soup this up with our super scientist bullshit. And so there's a plot about, so the B plot really is about Jarvis.
Okay.
What's going on with Jarvis?
What's happening with Jarvis, though?
Please
how's
tell
Jarvis
me
doing?
he is not like integral to the plot. Like he's not taken out.
Maybe he saves the day at the end?
He's a linchpin to something that we expected to happen anyway.
Okay.
But he has nothing. It's not like there's some deep problem or, well, okay. So
Like he's not linked to this.
Is he the key to all of this?
let's do the Jarvis plot now.
Okay.
Jarvis is like in a coma, and they're like, but it's not like brain hemorrhaging. There's like something wrong with him, and we can't figure it out. We can't crack the code, and so they go deeper and they keep thinking about it, and they're like, oh, well, like the fact is, Jarvis is like a regular guy, and he's been exposed to like every Avenger story ever. And so many of those Avengers have gone into space and like banged aliens or robots. The reality is like they could have like tracked something in on their shoe that Jarvis could have like caught because he's also like their butler. He cleans up all their crap. He changes the toilet paper. So like the fact is maybe Jarvis is suffering from like an alien pathogen or something.
Okay.
So they look deeper and they find out like, yeah, Like they're
And getting a
he's
whole lot
just
of
sick.
rubble knocked on him is what caused
Yeah, that
it
probably
to
didn't help
activate.
either.
basically no. Well, the rubble is the problem, but like we solved that problem. But
Ah.
the reality is there's something even deeper. And they go in there and they find out like there's like this space blob in his brain. And so Beast and Nadia invent this like antigen that goes that they need to directly inject into the creature because it's actually like a sentient like tumor basically. And Nadia's gonna go in and then like Beast goes in instead because he's like, I've done all my living. So he goes down there because like maybe I'll die.
So it's like the Incredible Journey.
Yeah, but for like 6 panels.
Oh, okay.
And so
But instead of just taking the tumor out, I have to reason with the tumor.
no, he just has to fight it. So like
Or he's gonna go punch it.
Well, he needs to jab it with a syringe.
Oh.
And this version of the Wasp can like shoot Pym particles to make you small too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So anyway, she makes Beast small. He goes in there. He jabs.
That's really small.
Yeah. Well, he fights the tumor. The tumor's gonna win. Then Nadia goes in there and she's like, "Haha, I'm here
Does
too."
it have like fists and
it's
stuff?
it's like a blob with like tentacles.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a tumor.
So he's literally like.
That's right, Arnold. It's not a tumor. Thank you. So anyway,
Yeah.
they stop it, but they also find out that like basically like all the Avengers probably have this.
Oh. And
just-
their brains are just fighting it.
Well, no, yeah. Well, they didn't get hit in the head with some kind of like rubble or something that aggravated it or something.
Oh.
So they create like a vaccine or
Okay.
something.
Oh, so he's not able to punch it enough.
No,
Well,
no,
no,
they
they
shoot
create
it.
a vaccine
They
so
kill
that-
it so the Avengers don't have their
so that
own.
everyone else can
I
have a
see.
problem.
A way
Yeah,
to
not a
beat it
problem.
every time.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, and then Jarvis is fine.
Well, then he wakes up and then he makes a startling discovery, and we'll get to that discovery in a little bit.
I see.
But his discovery ties in with what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because the Avengers are like, okay, so they all like meet up and they go to like the boardroom and they talk about it. Like they recontextualize Valerie Vector, aka Voyager.
Is she the tumor?
No. No.
Not like a compilation of
right,
like,
exactly. Or like
I'm
a
in
psychic.
everybody.
I'm a psychic projection of the two. No, that would have been neat though. But then it would have been really stupid. I'm glad they didn't do that. But anyway, so like everybody establishes that they all know her and remember her.
Right. So we're inserting her in there. Like, nope, she's real.
Yeah,
of course,
She's been part of it the
Voyager.
whole time.
Exactly, and they do some fun homages. Like they draw what it looked like when they're referring to the stories that she should have appeared in.
Okay.
And basically, she fought Victory, a made-up villain for the story, back in like the 80s during a deal with the Grandmaster. And their unique energies cancel each other out, and she was lost to like interdimensional like obscurity. And she establishes like, yes, I was trapped there, and I was like unable to leave, but able to see everything that had been happening. That's fun in a visual way, where she's like laying on top of like a menagerie of Avengers covers. So she was like aware of what's happening and the time that was passing, but unable to do anything about it.
So she's like suspended in time and space.
Yes.
But aware.
Right, and
She's like a god, kind of, who can't impact things.
right, exactly.
She's
And
omniscient, but that's
yeah,
about
but
it.
unable to affect it.
Smart
And,
move for making her eyes like stark white.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
it's a cool design. I like Valerie. But so she then saw the world in peril in a way that had never been before, even though that's horseshit, because the world was literally destroyed in Secret Wars earlier. But she saw this.
No, I
knew
knew they
it
were
would
going to
come
figure that out.
back.
though.
Yeah, I saw the life raft. But so she saw this, and she knew that she needed the Avengers, that the world needed the Avengers, so she came back at like the 0 hour, just like all Avengers do.
So she just
and
tried a little bit harder to come back.
just
and
like
then
Barry runs a little faster,
Yeah.
you know? So she hoped a little harder, and she came back into existence and then rallied the Avengers. Her powers, by the way, are teleportation.
Oh,
So,
So she froze everybody?
no.
no.
Again, though, makes sense.
That'd be
but-
cool.
well, no, teleportation doesn't mean freezing people.
Oh, I
No,
understand, but I
she's
figured that was
powerful.
like, it's not just her power teleportation.
No, that's true. So,
If it's teleportation, how come she can teleport out of that dimension she was in?
Well, she did.
she did, though.
Eventually, when I was needed.
Right. Well, she was stuck there. She was like bound to it by the unique energy signatures of her powers and Victory's powers.
I'm glad you're
Is it
explaining
Victory?
this.
Is he coming back?
No.
Damn it.
Oddly enough, we don't see Victory.
I'm glad you're explaining this because had I read this entire story,
You've been like, what the fuck is happening?
What is
I would have
happening?
just taken it on faith that she was a real person.
Totally.
And then at the end, I would have been really pissed off.
Yes. So the Avengers are all talking about like, okay, we don't have satellites, so we can't like communicate with each other across the
Right.
world. And also, maybe this problem is magic-based, so like they asked the resident magicians that are still around if they know anything.
Is
And
Doctor Strange in this book?
no, he got frozen.
No, but Brother Voodoo's there.
But Brother Voodoo's there because
Oh, great.
And Scarlet Witch because nobody likes her anyway.
But it's not magic for her.
It is, but she's
It
also
is
not
magic, though.
It is magic though. It's chaos magic. But
Is
anyway,
it still chaos magic, or they get rid of that?
they got rid of it and then they brought it back.
Great. Okay.
So anyway, the Avengers trying to like find their ass with two hands and a flashlight.
Yeah.
While in Egypt, the Black Order
Oh,
from
Yeah.
Secret Wars
yay.
appears along with the Lethal Legion, a team you don't know because they didn't exist before this. The team name I think did, but this group of people didn't.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of characters that who gives a crap. It's again a bunch of characters that were made up for the story or didn't have
Right.
anything to do with like Farine and Drawl and Captain Glory and the Blood Brothers and
They kind of
Malin.
mirror each other, which is weird.
Yeah, they have like cohesion in their color scheme. The Black Order, by the way, is shoehorned in this book because they were appearing in a movie called Avengers: Infinity War,
Shut your mouth.
and editorial
What?
said you have to put them in the book. It was just straight up, you have to put them in the book.
Where did they come from? Why are they in the book?
Oh,
Why
because-
do they think
well,
they're in the book?
They don't know why they're in the book, but it's all part of a grand cosmic,
Of course it
game.
is. All right. Oh, is it the Grandmaster?
What? A character that's appearing in an upcoming Marvel movie? Yes.
All right.
It's all machinations of the Grandmaster. So the Black Order and the Lethal Legion see each other, so they start fighting.
Huh.
And then like a voice comes from beyond that says like, "Hey, stop it! Not right now.
You're not supposed to be fighting.
Not supposed to be fighting right now."
Do you know how hard I had to work to get this together?
Exactly. So like, listen, I'll tell you when to start fighting. And so just
So
just
are they
cool
going to
it.
form like an evil team in like opposition to the Avengers?
No.
Forming their team? Okay.
No, they are all on their respective teams.
Okay.
The three teams are the Avengers, such that they are, the Black Order, and the Lethal Legion. Those are the three groups we're talking about.
Okay.
So
Like all the Avengers.
yeah. So then like Proxima Midnight and Corvus Glaive appear on their like computer screens. They're like, "Hey, we're back, and we gon' wreck your day."
Wait, I thought they didn't have satellites.
They
How are
didn't. They're like, "What the hell?"
Ah.
And they're like, "Crap! I don't even know. I can't triangulate like where in the world they are." So then Falcon uses his Falcon ability to see what birds see. But you didn't know he could do that.
What?
Yeah, Falcon can see through the eyes of his bird Redwing, but also like all birds.
Okay, his bird Redwing I get, because he could
Yeah,
put like a
maybe.
machine
but he-
on him that would do
No,
that.
no, he can like tap in mentally to birds.
When did he get that?
Eh.
Cool.
So Redwing like goes out or birds.
That is stupid.
no.
Can we
it's
just
cool.
say that it's
Can he
stupid?
see like simultaneously like a composite of every bird?
Every
on
bird
Earth,
everywhere
so he
and
can
see the Earth?
everywhere at
I
once?
don't know if he can do that. I think that there's no way they wouldn't do that story, right? Like I can see.
Yeah.
it. What do you see, Falcon? Everything.
Everything.
Ah!
He's just sitting on like a throne.
It's like, when you control the birds, you control the
world.
But
There's just pigeons everywhere.
so anyway, Redwing
He's
sees
just making like things out of birds, like
full
monsters,
monsters.
and just constructed of birds.
yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
We need the world's largest Alka-Seltzer tablet. So, Redwing sees that, like, literally the Black Order are just outside the Avengers Mansion.
Oh,
Like,
that's how I see them.
they're outside.
Hey.
And then
You couldn't figure this out?
yeah, and then Avengers Mansion blows up.
Oh no, not again.
Again. So,
Yeah, but like Tony Stark's not here. He
don't-
can't fix this.
Just don't rebuild it. It's just a magnet.
leave it
for,
alone.
for bad guys.
I know.
You're just advertising.
and I guess they're trying to tell you, like, this is Avengers Assembled again. Get
Yeah.
it? But, like, more epic. And it's like, yeah, but I like that one. I like this one too, but, like, anyway. So, Quicksilver, we check in with him, where he's like, I could smell the change in the air. Like, so I know that we're about to get screwed. So I try really hard to like run and warn everybody, but it's too late, and the mansion explodes.
Oh, so he couldn't save people.
No,
So they all die?
seemingly, but they didn't. Voyager's here, and she can
We were
teleport
meant to
people.
think they did.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
The hell kind of movie is this?
the Voyager teleports all the Avengers out of Avengers Mansion before the 0 hour and into an auxiliary base that the Avengers had that Valerie was remembered from her past.
Who's that?
Then we meet up with the Grandmaster.
Ah.
And clearly he's playing a game using the pieces that are the Avengers, the Black Order, and the Lethal Legion. But he's playing against somebody, and it's an unseen adversary. We're like, oh no, who is it? And So they claim elements from the Earth, and they establish like Grandmaster's like, I picked the game board, and the game board is Earth, and so his challenger like chose his team, and the idea is that there's like teams pitted against each other for great stakes, and so what is it?
This is just betting.
Right. Well, yeah.
It's not like they're controlling the.
They're not controlling their wills, but they are like
They
forcing
are
them to.
putting stuff in there.
Yes, and they're forcing them to like do their bidding based on circumstances.
Right.
So, Grandmaster chooses. He grabs a pyramid, which they refer to as pyramids, which I will not, because I hate that word.
Because that's nothing.
It's a little pyramid.
Uh-huh.
Pyramid.
That's okay.
But I'm gonna call them. Yeah, I'm gonna call them pyramids. So Grandmaster chooses his pyramid. He's like, okay. Take this from me.
I'm already
Chooses it
done.
from where? Where was it?
He makes them. He's the Grandmaster. He's a cosmic elder of the universe. He can make anything.
And each one's a different color.
Except for these, though, he had to special order them.
Yeah, from
the gaming
an
store.
Etsy shop. But no, the pyramids represent different elements of the Earth.
Okay.
Grandmaster chooses Earth. The Challenger refers. He chooses fire.
Okay.
And okay, here's the. I'm just gonna cut to
Just
it.
tell us
Yeah.
who the guy is.
Oh, his name's the Challenger, and the
What?
Challenger is a cool-looking new bad guy,
Oh, he's
guy
new,
created for
okay.
the story.
All right.
damn it.
He's no one. All right.
No, exactly. The main story is that the Grandmaster has been faced against a great, big, cool elder of the universe called the Challenger, character we've never seen before, who basically used to be the Grandmaster.
Ah.
He was the first Grandmaster. And Endwagast, which is the name of our Grandmaster,
Okay.
he played a game against the Challenger for the title Grandmaster.
Ah.
And the new Grandmaster won.
So the Grandmaster's
Our
not
Grandmaster-
his name.
No,
That's
the
his
Grandmaster is his designation, exactly.
Ah, okay.
And
I
we
didn't know
knew that Endwagast was his actual name. But
Okay.
in
But
any
when
event-
you're the Grandmaster, you go by the Grandmaster.
Precisely.
Right.
So Endwagast gets the name Grandmaster, and the previous Grandmaster gets nothing. So he takes on a new mantle called the Challenger, and I think that Grandmaster banishes him. That way there's no like challengers to his mantle.
Right. You can call yourself the Challenger all you want. I'm not fighting you again. I
Right,
won.
I'm
It's
sending you
over.
away. But then Challenger comes back, and now he's here, and he's like, I want it. So then Grandmaster's like, well, I can never turn down a game. Let's do this. So he chooses the board, and the board is Earth because he knows that the Earth is full of like X factors and bullshit. Like he knows, like he's like, oh, I'll choose the powder keg that is Earth because I can manipulate that shit like nobody's business. We choose Mars. I'm shit out of luck. There's
So
nothing
why
there.
does he think he would lose?
Oh, the Grandmaster?
Yeah.
Because it's a game of chance.
Oh,
And the game
so
of
he
chance is
wants
they
to-
each choose their own like teams. Challenger chooses the Black Order. Grandmaster chooses the Lethal Legion, and the idea is that these two teams have to grab pyramids, and the one who grabs the most pyramids wins.
I see.
Literally it. right?
Wait, the two teams that are playing against each other are the Black Legion.
Yeah.
Black Order and the Lethal Legion.
I'm sorry, the Black Order and the Lethal Legion.
Yeah,
Yes.
because neither of them belong on Earth. Earth
Right.
is the game board.
Earth, the game boards, they don't have their own like
The
home field
Avengers are
advantage.
just part of the board.
Yes, and Endogast
Gotcha.
chose the board Earth because he knew the Avengers were going to be there, and he could use them to muck with the plan.
It's like, I know the Avengers. He doesn't know anything about that.
Right. He knows that like if two gigantic superpowered teams start like tearing shit up on Earth, and if I move Earth and like create that, the Avengers have to get involved, and I can manipulate them into helping to stack the deck for me.
So he's cheating.
Yeah.
Sounds
Any
like
good
you
Grandmaster should.
Sounds
Right.
like you should have picked a good team,
Right.
like good guys,
No.
and then everyone on Earth would probably help
just
your
take
team
their-
win.
would
But
just
why
take
would
their
I?
side?
No. Yeah. So
Well, there probably isn't one. All the good guys are on
it's
Earth.
so
There's no one in the
ultimately-
universe that's good except us.
Yeah.
Right. No, there's
all I'm
plenty.
saying.
But like, so ultimately, the point of this story is that like, people are grabbing pyramids, and then I think
The pyramids are
Like,
just
are
lying
they
around.
on
no,
Earth?
they are on Earth. They're in special
They're like
places.
scattered around.
Okay.
Well,
And
like
the ones that the Grandmaster had, are they the actual pyramids or were they
there's no.
representations?
Yeah. He's like, here's the pyramid, and
And then he puts them on.
then he
Earth.
gets sent to Earth.
Then he gets sent to Earth.
So
It's all a big game.
Yeah.
of course,
That's
that's
what
all
they get.
Grandmaster is.
Yeah.
So, the Avengers find out about like the pyramids. They don't find out like what they are, what they do, or anything like that. They just know that like certain random crazy bad guys are trying to grab him.
Okay.
And at one point, like,
So it can't be good.
I think Obsidian Spur is the one who grabs it, but like he grabs the one in the Coliseum,
Okay.
and then he seemingly is vaporized as a result of grabbing it.
Uh-oh.
And then like a score appears in the sky, like 1. And the Avengers like, oh shit.
Oh, it's a game.
Oh,
it's
damn it, it's
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster, it's a game. That sucks. And then they're like, okay, wait a minute. So the Black Order grabbed one, and I don't know who these other guys are, but they're trying to grab one. So then like the Avengers are like, maybe we should grab one.
Yeah.
And so Human Torch grabs one.
Okay.
He's seemingly vaporized.
Oh, shit.
And they're like, no. But then they get a point. And it's like, but they're not even supposed to be playing.
But they're not a
How did they
team.
score?
Yeah, but
Who gets that point?
Yeah, but
is it all of
Grandmaster-
the Avengers?
right.
Is it just the Avenger team
Well,
that Human Torch
no,
was on?
it's the Avengers. And it's like Grandmaster's like, no, like, uh-oh. Challenger.
Oh no, the NPCs are playing.
Exactly.
Well, what does that mean? Who wins
What
if
is-
they win?
Right?
Well,
And
I
then-
guess things
it's
go
a
back,
draw.
Or
and I stay the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
there are fewer Pyramoids, now maybe my team will grab more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that makes it because he's already up, right?
Yeah.
Because the Black Order. Wait,
Exactly.
The Grandmaster.
No,
was Black
Grandmaster's
Order?
I thought it was
Black
1 to
Order.
1.
It's
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. So he has 1, and now there's 1 fewer Pyramoids for
Pyramoid.
the other side to get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. He's working the odds.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. So, by the way, neither of them died. They're both like suspended
Yeah,
in
of
crystals
course.
in Endwagast's game chamber.
It's an interesting game. Like if you succeed in capturing a piece, like you can't be used anymore.
Right. Yeah, and he took off the most popular and powerful players because like they put it together too fast. They're used to this shit.
Right.
But like these randos, who knows what they're gonna do? Makes it even more fun.
Yeah.
But Grandmaster's like, yeah, you have your ace in the hole, but I do too. And I've manipulated events because these are cosmic elders. They have like limitless power and crap. So like, don't ask how they're able to do these things, but they do. What's his name? Challenger has an ace in the hole as well.
And what is that?
The Hulk,
Oh.
What?
who's dead, but Challenger resurrected him.
Okay.
And he's like, what? Like when I need him, I'm gonna bust him out because they buried him in rocks or something. So when he's ready, I'm gonna bust him out.
Okay.
And it's funny because, Challenger resurrects the Hulk as a game piece to help, like, mitigate the Avengers problem.
What makes it think Hulk's gonna like work for him or whatever?
Oh, because there's like he gives him a suggestion to do it.
All I have to do is point him in the direction of Hawkeye, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
the Hulk is going to help the bad guys.
Right.
But,
Okay.
Or neutralize the Avengers.
How does he bring the Hulk back?
Again,
he
I
uses
just
his
said
magic.
I just said don't ask. I literally said he has lots of powers. Don't ask how he brings it back.
It's just like
Yeah.
snaps his
Well,
fingers.
he's
I
a cosmic
did.
entity.
Yeah, the same way that like Galactus might be able to do it, except not because Galactus would give him the power cosmic and make him into something else. The Challenger is able to do it because he's new and we don't know all of his fucking powers.
Yeah. He can do. Yeah. He can do whatever the writers say he can do.
Right.
Yeah.
He brings him back to be a part of the game. And maybe the combined might of him and Endwagast made it happen because technically Endwagast has an X factor in his game, even though Challenger's not supposed to know about it. The fact that Challenger gets one, it's facilitated by the Grandmaster. Their combined might makes him come back to life. It's not explained in the book.
Okay. Does this mean that the Hulk is back for good?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's not
there,
just for
Hulk's,
the game.
Hulk's back.
Yeah, we brought the Hulk back to life.
Yeah.
This entire book is to bring the Hulk back to life.
Yes.
That's all this is.
He's in a movie coming out called Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah. We needed to come back.
and we need him to come back to life.
Then why did you kill him?
Well, because we needed the stakes to be risen in the Civil War book.
Oh, I see.
Because Hulk wasn't in Civil War, a movie that was coming out, which is why we made Civil War 2 in the first place.
I see. Gotcha. I feel like we're all part of the Grandmaster's game. The Grandmaster being fucking Marvel.
Being freaking Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true.
All right.
So, and the Avengers, and they don't know like what happens when everybody gets their Pyramoids.
Sure.
But they do know that like they're probably like they shouldn't get them. So they basically throw all their resources into like trying to keep,
Whatever they are, they're super powerful and we don't want.
and they're bad guys.
I doubt they're getting strikes.
Right.
It's not like 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not bad to get one of these things.
Yeah.
So, They said they were like earth and fire. Like, does that come into play? Like,
Well, it's interesting, like that, like the member of the Black Order that grabs it is kind of like rock based, and like Human Torch grabs the fire one, and so like maybe they're related, but it doesn't really seem to be an issue.
But it doesn't change anything.
No,
The fact that they are themed.
no,
Okay.
not really.
Do we know what all the pyramids represent? There's
I think
earth
they're
and
elemental,
fire,
yeah, like water,
wind,
air,
water,
probably
heart.
Right, exactly.
This one seems to be electrical.
Yeah.
Oh, does the
Living
what's his
Lightning?
name? Living Lightning
He
grab?
tries to. Living Lightning, like sees.
Living Lightning grabs water and he's immediately electrocuted
Right.
himself.
Living Lightning saw what happened to the Black Order dude who grabbed it, so he tries to get there first to stop Human Torch from touching it. But he's too late. At one point or another, Valerie gives her origin, her fun,
Okay.
cool comic book origin, which is that, like, there was a scientist who was working on force fields and teleportation and stuff, and her parents were getting a divorce, and she heard their argument, so she, like, ran and she, like, bumped into the experiment and she got powers. You know?
Yep.
And then she,
as you do.
and then she decided to like help her dad with his work, and then finds out about she discovers that she has powers, and so she forms the Avengers. She like takes credit for basically forming the Avengers team.
Okay. Who actually formed the Avengers?
A team.
Iron Man and everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just
That's mine.
that's mine now.
I did that.
Yep. Which made everybody freak out, and I'm like, no, don't freak out. It's made up.
It's not real.
Hey, it's Red Wolf.
Yeah, so-
Red Wolf and Hawkeye doing stuff.
It's Occupy Avengers. The whole team is here. Hawkeye is firing arrows and trying to like stop everything from happening. There's a pyramid in the sky,
Uh-oh.
and Red Wolf is like, okay, I figured it out because like
Oh yeah, Red Wolf. You figured it out.
Yeah, Red Wolf-
You deciphered the plot.
Red Wolf figures out that like if you grab the pyramid, you won't die,
Oh.
or at least he believes it. And
He's
so
decided.
He's decided that you won't die if you touch the pyramid. So he
So go ahead, Hawkeye. It's safe.
well no. No,
What?
he
yeah, I
makes-
decided it's
It's fine. Go get it. No,
Just
he-
fire an arrow and then, like have it catch a net around it,
and then
pull
technically you
back.
have it. He tells Hawkeye to like clear a path for him so he can go get it. So
okay.
Hawkeye like fires a bunch of arrows and like stops everybody, and then Red
Clear a
Wolf.
path.
So Red Wolf grabs it. He like vaporizes, and Falcon's like, "Dude, Hawkeye, you just helped Red Wolf kill himself." And he's like, "Nah, dude says it's cool." And they're
Oh,
like-
he said it's
they're like,
cool.
You killed the Hulk, and now you killed Red Wolf. Way to go!
No,
You're
it's fine.
2 for 2.
He told me he wanted to grab it.
Yeah, he said it's fine. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, just like the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Thunk. Hey, guess what? Falcon said it was okay to shoot him too.
Yeah. So, like all these Avengers keep popping up on the scoreboard, and Challenger's like, what the hell is this?
Who are these people? What are you doing?
Challenger unleashes the Hulk because he knows that like now that the Avengers are like playing for the pyramids, and they believe they won't die if they grab them.
Right.
Like the game's over. Like they're gonna start grabbing pyramids.
Right.
And ghosts?
Oh yeah.
Oh, and also there's ghosts.
Yeah, there's ghosts in the hospital because the pyramid is in the hospital and it creates ghosts.
Oh, it's like the.
Is it the spirit pyramid?
Yeah, I think they
The soul
it's
pyramid.
almost like they dropped the whole elemental thing like halfway through the story.
Yeah.
So
What is it? Earth, fire,
yeah, heart,
water, and
soul.
heart. Yeah.
And soul
Or-
and space.
right?
And,
it ain't
time.
These ain't gems.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So but it's just a way to keep it to make things difficult for Beast and Wasp to administer the cure for Jarvis's
Jarvis.
like space tumor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now that he woke up and he's yelling it's all a lie, we have to stop him from yelling that.
Right. Also, Wasp tries to grab the pyramid, but she can't.
Because she's not tied to that element.
That would explain why.
Yeah, why Human Torch is able to grab it.
Yeah, it's like you have to be somehow like it.
Right.
It's like Fifth Element.
Yeah.
You want to open up the
Wind
stones.
one, you got to blow on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the only one who can open it is Voyager.
Ah.
And you're like, oh, so Voyager's got to open it. So then,
So what the fuck? It's teleportation?
yeah,
That's the fifth one?
I don't know. But in any event, they cure Jarvis. Jarvis wakes up. Oh, earlier in the story, they're like, we gotta try something. We gotta try to like wake up one of these useful Avengers. Like, let's try to wake up Vision because he's like sturdy and a robot. Let's not say that out loud, but like the reality is we're not gonna kill him if we fuck up. So
We'll just rebuild him.
exactly. So they
Did they explain how or why they got frozen?
Grandmaster chose them specifically because they're popular and stuff.
Grandmaster
and
chose them to freeze.
Well, okay. There's a couple of reasons why they're frozen, but like he froze them because he took them off the board. He's like, get out of here.
Because he
No,
was
no,
like,
no,
well,
you're
they
too
might
powerful.
figure it out
They might figure it out.
and stop me.
Right.
So I'm going to freeze
So I'm
them.
gonna freeze them.
Okay.
Uh,
They're like the smart Avengers.
right. At one point or another, yeah.
The
Basically.
characters will be like, whoa, can we just stop for a second and figure this out?
The
We made
reality
sure they were
is
frozen.
when they're all when all the Avengers are talking and they're trying to like use magic to like pull Vision awake, like Quicksilver's being an asshole because he wasn't invited to be part of the team to like go do damage control someplace else, and he's like, "Ooh, don't keep me out of this." So then he's like, "I'll prove that I'm useful," and he runs out. And so while he's running and trying to be useful, they're using magic to try and like wake up Vision. And so they start to wake up Vision, and as they wake up Vision, Quicksilver starts turning blue because he's like, "Gotta have an even number of people."
Oh.
And so Quicksilver turns blue, and Vision wakes up momentarily, and he sees Voyager, and he's like, "Who in the hell is that?" And then it gets undone, and so they flip back. But in any
Everyone
event,
remembers it, except Vision.
well, yeah. So
You can't overwrite a hard drive.
exactly. So
Except
they
you literally can.
right, but
whatever.
like he's a robot, and so
Right.
Anyway.
Whatever affects these biologics just doesn't affect him.
So Jarvis wakes up from his coma after they
Right.
cure him, and Voyager is
It's Tumor has fucking teeth and shit. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's an alien. So he wakes up, he sees Voyager going to grab the pyramid, and he's like, "Whoever that is not whoever you say he is." Like,
Chief.
and
Is he also a robot?
no, it's just that he was in a coma, so they didn't.
Oh,
she didn't-
his brain
his
didn't
brain
get
didn't get
altered.
overridden,
Yeah.
and Beast was so small that when he was in Jarvis's brain administering the inoculation for the tumor, he could see Jarvis's memories.
What?
We're done.
Like a
Thanks,
movie?
everybody.
Yeah.
It was a great episode of Back Issues. I wanted to thank
So
everyone
there's
for
people
watching.
walking around in there.
done with this.
or-
It's
This
more
book
like
is
you saw them
over.
like a slideshow.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Do they depict it? Do they let us see what he sees?
Yeah, we see comic books.
Ah. So it's kind of like what
well,
Voyager
like
was
Voyager.
seeing when she was in the other
Exactly,
dimension.
they like that framing device.
Okay.
So they did that. But Jarvis,
He's so smart that what he's actually doing is like he's interpreting the firing of synapses as the visual representation that a person would see. He's able to decipher that code.
yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Voyager's not in any of them.
Okay.
And
Thank God I'm seeing these specific moments from Jarvis's life.
well, Jarvis represents the Avengers, so it's an Avengers story. It's a big love letter to the Avengers, so that's what he does.
No, it's really funny because wouldn't Jarvis's memory be of like being back at the mansion
Yeah.
and taking care of the building?
Yeah, but he's also like,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
she would have been there, and he's not seeing her.
exactly. So anyway, he's like, that's not anybody. She's not part of this. Whoever she is, she's full of shit. And then she's like, oh, and then she leaves.
Yeah.
She disappears.
Ah, you've discovered my scheme.
Yes. Oh no. When she reappears at the Avengers auxiliary base, her skin is blue,
Which it wasn't
and
before.
she like seals herself into a big vault with the pyramid.
Okay.
Oh, so she didn't get turned into a crystal person.
She didn't steal the pyramid. She just teleported with it.
With it. Okay.
So she takes the pyramid with her to a vault and then seals herself in. And they're eventually like, hey, open the door. Who are you? And why is your skin blue now? What's going on here? And then like the Hulk starts coming.
Oh.
Because the
No
Hulk
time
is
for that. The Hulk's coming.
Yeah. But
And he's coming.
he's
He's
the
coming
Hulk.
for you.
But the revelation is that like Valerie Vector is a fiction created by the Grandmaster, and the Grandmaster's daughter is actually Voyager.
Ah.
The Grandmaster had a kid, and that kid is Voyager, and she's like she kind of looks like that, but she's blue. And
The current Grandmaster we're talking about, not the one who was
Enwigast.
misplaced.
Yeah.
yeah,
The Challenger.
our
Our
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster.
Okay.
And so he used her to manipulate the memories of the Avengers
Okay.
to insert her into the narrative
To help him win the game.
to help win the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, then why didn't she take the pyramid?
Because her job is right now just to keep the pyramid from being touched. Like,
Until it's someone that he wants to
touch it.
touches it.
Right.
Because right now it's tied, right?
Yeah, it's tied.
He needs someone from the Black Order.
well,
It's tied for who?
Someone for the Challenger.
Okay.
And the Challenger sending the Hulk. So maybe the Hulk will touch it. I don't know. But anyway, the point is, so Hulk breaks into the Avengers auxiliary base to like get to Voyager to stop her and keep her from like blocking anyone from touching the Pyramoid, so the Challenger might be able to win.
Right.
And
Because it's still the Black Order that has to touch it. The Hulk couldn't touch it.
right, I don't know actually if like the Hulk could touch it too. I don't know about that.
Probably not, because he wasn't part of one of the teams that they
Right, but
established at the
he
beginning.
is an established ace in the hole.
Yes.
He's a wild card
he's
for
a-
But he's a
Challenger.
wild card,
affecting-
just like the Avengers
Just
are
like
all wild
Avengers
cards.
are.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
it's
like,
true.
if he's not an Avenger right
Now,
now,
and
because they
Black
brought him
Swan
back,
does go to the base, so yeah, I guess he's just there to. He's basically there. The Hulk is an agent of the Challenger to basically cancel out Voyager, who he didn't even know was a player in the game to begin with.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he sends the Hulk to go like keep Voyager from making the game not fair.
Right. He's really. It's only fair that the Challenger like also have some way to alter the game.
Exactly. But he doesn't even know that he's using it to prevent the game from being already screwed up.
Right. He thinks he's cheating, and he's actually just countering the Grandmaster's cheat.
Yes.
the Grandmaster,
Now it's fair again.
The Grandmaster's only cheat was Voyager.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
technically, by
Yeah.
picking Earth, that wasn't a cheat. That's just
Right.
like
The Avengers
the
are technically
insane
neutral.
Right, like, hey, listen, Challenger.
factor of all these heroes.
Do the research. You know, you
Right.
should have.
You let me choose the board.
Yeah.
So you know.
As
Big
opposed
mistake.
to as opposed to choosing like lame teams. So Hulk gets to fight all these like second string Avengers and Thor kind of, but like
Cool.
and it's fun because like we established this new status quo for the Hulk, and so Hulk is unstoppable. He's kicking the crap out of everybody.
Yep.
Red Hulk gets Tony Ho's Iron Patriot armor plus his hour of power.
Sure.
And it's not enough to fight Hulk.
Right.
And then Hulk grabs his face and absorbs all his gamma radiation so that he can't be Red Hulk anymore. That's done now.
Yay!
So
What about his watch?
Nope, I broke it. Doesn't matter. The watch just calibrates the gamma radiation. He took it, so it doesn't matter. The watch is a watch now. So Wonder Man shows up because he's there and he's not off the board. And Wonder Man is unfortunately a pacifist, and sometimes they have to play with that. Wonder Man being a pacifist is really annoying. And it's funny because they like join him. He joins the team. He's like, "I'm here," and they're like, "Hey, are you still a pacifist?" He's like, "Yeah, but I can still like save people." And they're like, "Yeah, but like when we need to punch bad guys, you're not going to do that." And he's like, "Nah." And I also can't be killed, and I can like I'm limiting energy and stuff.
Okay, well we can't stop this problem until someone gets punched. So
He's like, "Well,
Do me a favor then.
Eat it.
Stand in front of everyone the Hulk is about to hit.
right." Well, eventually he does show up and try to stop the Hulk. Hulk beats the crap out of Vision, who they do wind up like waking up.
Vision can pass through people. He just went through the Hulk. Why doesn't he just like rematerialize inside the Hulk and kill him?
Right, because the Hulk is so strong, he would probably just come apart.
Because Ethan,
So the Hulk would win. If
the
he tried
Hulk
to do
already
that.
died.
Right, and we're also establishing that the Hulk like can't be killed
Right, because he's the Hulk.
because of the Hulk, but also because of like this
He'll
weird.
just get madder.
I
if you
mean,
try to kill
no,
him.
Right, but
he
also-
can be killed, but we'll bring him back again.
Yes, they keep establishing that like the Hulk can't die now, and I'm like, he never could though. But he did because like convenience and annoying like movie interference made him die.
Right.
But like now it's a part of his status quo that like the Hulk is basically like a zombie.
Oh.
And he's not really a zombie. It's more like just like Bruce Banner is like trapped inside the Hulk, and he's like, you don't understand. Like I thought he could die, but he can't because I'm still here.
Okay.
And we've got resurrect. Like I died,
Yeah.
and now I'm not dead anymore, which
Yeah,
means
it's
the
not
Hulk
that-
can't die.
No, but he can.
That's not
It's
what
just
that
someone brought
means.
you back.
Right, but I don't either know that or care that that's a factor. It's like cosmically the Hulk can't die. It's like
Right.
I'm almost metatextually aware that no one will let the Hulk die.
I'm almost aware that I'm in a book
Right.
where the editors
And if
were
that were
like,
the
And
case,
Wolverine
cool.
comes out, he's like, I know your pain, brother!
Because he's still dead right now.
oh.
But not yet. Or not for long.
Yeah, not for long. But there is still Old Man Logan, but he's not in this. So basically, Hulk breaks Vision,
Whoop.
and Living Lightning tries to stop him, and he can't do it. And then Wonder Man
He's
shows
fucking
up.
Living Lightning.
Yeah, and Wonder Man shows up, and he's like, "Okay, Hulk, like let's talk."
Okay.
And so Hulk just starts punching him, and he's like,
Sure.
"You can't hurt me. I'm made of energy. Like I can't stop." And the Hulk just starts just wailing on him. He's like, "You eventually just get tired. Like I'll just wait until you want to talk to me."
No, the less I hurt you, the more angrier I get, so the stronger I become.
Exactly. But Simon keeps like trying to like appeal to him. He's like, "No, Bruce, like we're friends. Come on, man. Like stop." And Hulk's like, "Friends?" And Simon's like, "Ah, good, Bruce, you're still in there." And he goes,
I haven't got any friends.
"I don't have any friends." No, he says, he grabs Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man.
Wonder Man.
And he just holds him and he goes, "We're not friends." And he talks cogently. He goes, we're not friends. You're a Hollywood snob who thinks that because you can't die, that being a pacifist is a good idea. You just can't be hurt, so you're conveniently this. You're a fraud. You're a phony. That's what you are.
Oh.
He's like,
It really lets him have it.
and you think just because I can't hurt you, I can't smash you. And Simon's like, oh my God, Hulk, is that you? And Hulk's like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm Smart Hulk now.
it's me. And so he just starts like cracking him and just like hurting him. He's like, yo, I'll come back. I'll be energy. He goes, well, then I'll find another way to hurt you then. Like Hulk is getting more sadistic.
Yikes.
And it's all of like the negativity of Banner manifest into a personality for the Hulk.
That's cool.
Yeah, Rogue shows up. She grabs Hulk and she can see through the Hulk into Bruce. And Bruce is like, leave. He can't die.
Oh, I thought she absorbed his power.
yeah,
She
why
does.
couldn't- yeah.
But not enough.
Oh no, she does. Well, like, not enough to like stop him. He's the Hulk, but she does. She does turn hulky.
Okay.
She
Why
tears her
doesn't-
clothes a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the Hulk's actual power.
Right.
He's tearing my clothes
A little
but
bit,
only in certain places.
just so you don't see the good stuff. And so Hulk rips off the door. Like he swats everybody away.
Right.
He's like, you know, he breaks the door down, and you're like, why would the Hulk listen to the Challenger? Like he's angry. He's alive. It doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
as to
why
why he
is
would
he
do this.
trying to do this
So he
one
goes-
specific thing?
Exactly. So he goes to the Pyramoid, and then he smashes it.
Ah.
And he's like, lol. I'm nobody's
pretty
pawn.
good.
I'm the Hulk. And
Child's
so,
just like, no.
yeah. And Enwigast is
Yeah,
like,
what'd you think was gonna happen?
yeah, what'd you think?
Stupid idiot.
Enwigast is like, well, I guess that's it. But hey, do you want a rematch? And Child's like, no, I don't want a rematch, you blue son of a bitch. So he like blasts his stomach out, like it's, you know,
Yikes.
bruh.
Well, if you could just do that the whole
Why did
time,
he do it in the
why
first
all the
place?
pretense?
Well, because we're both we're both
First, we play by the rules. If that doesn't work,
we break the rules.
will
Then,
destroy
if those rules break and not in my favor, I kill you because I'm a dick. Like they're both grandmasters
Yeah.
technically. So like we,
oh, but now the title of Grandmaster goes to his girl, his granddaughter.
his daughter.
So
his daughter.
they play games because they're compelled to, not because like they need to.
Yes.
It's just like, okay, well, blam, you're dead. Well, it's
That's
been
what we
fun,
do.
but you know,
Bingo.
I just want to be Grandmaster at the end of the day. I don't, everything doesn't have to be a game.
Right. It could
I
also
like
be a
what
sucker
things
punch.
are, but if it doesn't work out in my favor, I'll just kill you.
Exactly.
Oh, very well. A truce. Here, cheers. I poisoned your cup.
I poisoned yours too, nah, and then we both died. So, anyway,
All right.
so
So now there's a new Grandmaster?
no, it's more like he looks like he kills him, but he doesn't. Like he just hurts him really bad.
Okay.
He is an elder.
Right. Like, it's like we can't die.
Wait, the
Yeah.
Grandmaster's an elder?
They're
They're
both,
both
well, they're both
elders.
grandmasters and they're both elders.
Got it.
So they're both like remnants of an old universe. Anyway, it
Is
doesn't matter.
everyone unfrozen now?
No,
Oh no.
no, they
No, we're not done yet. We still got looks like another book or two.
yeah, a
to
whole
get.
other couple of books. But no, Quicksilver like gets unfrozen and he discovers that like he sees that the blue shit that makes people frozen is like these things. He could see them. He's like he's fast enough to kind of see them, but he's not fast enough to stop them. And then he forces a Inhuman named Synapse, who maybe he's banging or whatever, to team up with his sister, who maybe he wants to bang or whatever, to use their powers combined to like make him go a little faster. So he goes like super fast, so that he
He
can
goes
like
fast enough to block the blue thing.
well, so he could like grab the blue things, and when he does, like he basically turns off the, like you know the whatever, like the stasis field.
machine that's-
no, he turns off the stasis fields that are keeping everybody from being frozen. That's later. That happens later.
Okay.
What matters is
Because he can grab one.
right, yeah, and then he disappears, seemingly vaporizes, but really he gets lost.
Quicksilver?
Yeah.
But he is not sent into a crystal.
No, he instead like basically goes to the equivalent of like the Marvel Speed Force, which we didn't establish until just now exists.
Ah.
What?
Okay.
That sucks.
So anyway, so Challenger's like, sweet, I killed Grandmaster. Now I'm going to go to Earth and I'm going to raise it to the ground because Grandmaster kind of likes this place and I don't.
He's flipping the board over.
Exactly.
Fuck this game.
Yeah. So
Hey, this is not a game for us. This is our home.
so he sabotages the like world engine that's on the Grandmaster's like cool spaceship thingy, because the Earth is in another place. It can't just like be itself. So so this engine is keeping the Earth from like spinning apart and being destroyed.
Okay.
It selectively makes volcanoes erupt and stuff. Like there are going to be problems, but the Avengers should be able to stop them.
Okay.
But the world engine that the Grandmaster has keeping the Earth from falling apart is keeping the Earth from falling apart. So the Grandmaster like throws a monkey wrench in it before he goes to Earth. He's like, hey, Earth's gonna die, and there's nothing you can do about it. So everybody bow to me before I kill all of you. I just want to feel like a god for a minute.
Why would I do that if you're just going to kill me
Right,
anyway?
exactly. But he's kind of new at this.
No, because you have to.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a god. Bow.
Yeah.
Why do I have to say this again?
You don't bow in
I
return
love
for
this fucking
anything.
cover.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like the fact that it's them and Vision's down here in the bottom being like, Wanda?
Yeah. Anyway,
He's
so
gonna
the
call
Earth's
me
falling
Grandmaster
apart. It's
Prime.
all.
So yeah, the Earth falls apart. He calls himself Grandmaster Prime. He's the first Grandmaster.
I see.
And then Valerie Vector, aka Voyager, is like, so yeah, I'm a mole,
I
but
was here to help my dad cheat at a game.
But having seen she does the same thing that every blue person from space that comes to Earth does. I saw you in action for a few minutes. I immediately go native and I join you guys.
Right.
You guys are
You
noble and
inspired
amazing.
me.
You've inspired me. I'm an Avenger now, and I'm part of the team. And even though I was like a lie, like
The entire time.
Yeah.
And not only that, I knew I was a lie the entire time.
I was
I've
part
been
of his.
manipulating you and like contorting things to meet my whims. But now,
Oh, you found me out. No, I'm totally with you guys. Fuck my dad.
I always
Yeah.
liked you more though.
Right. So she does. Well, because
And they're like, well, we're really not in a position to turn down help right now.
But that's okay because then the Hulk grabs her and he rips her in half, right?
Right. No, the Hulk shows up and he like punches Grandmaster Prime.
Yay.
And then Grandmaster Prime, like he punches him so hard he actually like manages to hurt the Grandmaster Prime, aka Challenger, and Challenger's like, you hurt me, and he just punches Hulk into orbit,
yeah.
and Hulk's like stuck up there.
All right.
He eventually comes back and like leaves. But so the rest of the Avengers like go to Valerie takes the rest of the Avengers to Grandmaster's place.
Okay.
They see the world engine is like gonna break, so they take a few select Avengers to like keep it from breaking. We need like this wheel needs to be like held together and keep the world in balance. It's a Herculean task. So Hercules himself and Thor like work together to keep it from falling apart. There's no Hulk. We need someone who's super strong.
Right.
And Citizen V is like, well, it's time for Roberto da Costa to step in, and they're like, but you're like Sunspot for the New Mutants. What are you doing? And he's like, no, I actually am the strongest mutant on planet Earth. I can absorb solar radiation and convert it into strength.
Well, there's no sun.
Well, there was.
Oh, I absorbed it earlier.
Yeah.
I've been holding
I
it
absorbed
in.
it
Exactly.
before we got teleported away
So
from
he takes the inhibitor headband off that like keeps him from dying, and so he uses his strength to like keep the wheel from from spinning out of control.
Okay.
Does he hold it?
It's got like spokes, so they
And he's
just kind of like
just grabbing it.
yeah, it's like a captain's wheel on an ancient pirate ship.
All right.
But
And they have to turn.
yeah, exactly. So they do their thing. Quicksilver grabs the blue like living light thing and then disappears. And then Valerie calls everyone together and like uses her teleportation powers to link like all of the Avengers who have been woken up and who have been here the entire book, and forces them to like join up with her to like deal with Grandmaster and the world, which is now of course spinning out of control, and so like more volcanoes, more earthquakes, more tidal waves. So like it's a
More
truly
everything.
epic Avengers level event.
So everyone on Earth who's not a superhero is like dead at this point.
They're being saved. We see them like, being
Oh.
rescued. Like they're all going to action.
It seems like the whole Earth has turned into like a hellscape
it basically
where everything
is.
is destroyed.
Well, it's just
With
that's
lava
only,
and tidal
only-
waves and
there's only a
locusts.
few there's only a few volcanoes anywhere anyway, but also the fact that like the Earth sky being red kind of makes things look worse than they really
Oh,
are.
I see. Most people are just sitting at home like waiting for it to all
death.
be over. One way or another.
Right,
We're
exactly.
either
Either
gonna
the Avengers
die
will save
or we're
everything
gonna
or
go
we'll
back.
die.
Yeah.
All I know is I gotta be at work at 9 a.m.
Right, and the Avengers are probably going to solve this problem.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed, and when I wake up, hopefully
Hopefully everything will go. I'm going to take a Dramamine and hope everything goes well.
Maybe my house will get destroyed by a volcano in my sleep. Maybe not.
Or maybe Galactus will step on it tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? Am I going to worry about it? I live in the Marvel Universe. It's like this all the time.
All
Yeah.
I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter if I'm a little late on my taxes?
You're going to jail. Antigas is like, I lost. He like
You didn't lose. You won. He just killed you afterwards.
Oh,
no, but like
he hit me in the tummy.
the Earth's going to get destroyed.
Oh.
He took the title. I was like defeated by him. Like
Just go kill him.
I don't.
Just do to
I don't
him what he did to
do
you.
that. Like I'm just gonna leave and wait. I'm gonna bide my time.
I see.
And so Living Lightning was on the ship with everybody. He like saw everybody go like push wheels and turn dials and stuff, and he's like, I guess I'll just sit here and wait. And so he sees like Grandmaster like kind of like slink away. And he's like, hey, where are you going? And Grandmaster's like, oh, well, like it's over. Like I'll just live to fight another day. And he's like, no, like come on, man. Like you know what? Like you gotta step in. Like what about your daughter? She's on planet Earth, like helping us. And he's like, oh, I'll make another one. Like I got time.
Hey, I'm not gonna argue that.
He's a real nice guy.
Yeah, he's
Grandmaster.
he's amoral.
He's just like whatever.
And, you know,
I'm an elder being in the universe.
I'm a
don't care.
gazillion years old, and that's kind of, you know.
The Earth doesn't matter to me.
No, I like it.
I literally used it as a game board.
Right.
And you're trying to convince me to save it?
Right, like thousands of people are dead. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know any of their
I
names.
I don't give a shit.
Right?
And I never
I'm sorry.
did.
And then he challenges him to a game of poker,
Yes.
and Grandmaster's like,
Yeah. Exactly.
"Oh, I gotta play."
My one weakness.
Yeah. Santos is like Living Lightning is like I'm doing it. I'll challenge you to a game of poker for the lives of the people on your board. You know, the dudes that you have in stasis. Because what are going to happen to them? He's like, I don't know. Grandmaster probably rip them apart. Whatever. I'm leaving. And he's like, no. So I'm going to play you for them, for the people who are in the stasis fields.
Okay.
And he's like, okay.
I'll
play a quick game.
I want Grandmaster to just be like, no, they're mine.
He's
You don't-
leaving. They're
you
not
have
his.
no claim to them.
No, Challenger took everything. It's all his now.
Yeah.
So he's just like, I'm just gonna slink away and like live to fight another day. Hopefully, like challenge him to a game and get my shit back.
What does Grandmaster get if he wins?
Oh,
This poker game.
he plays for them, and he's like, oh, he gets.
It's another fix.
He gets lightning.
Oh.
He's like, I'll trade like Torch's
power.
not his life, but more like his, freedom for mine. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, okay, well, I'll raise you my life for the life of planet Earth.
I see. So they keep adding in.
They're
more
adding
things
stakes,
in.
He's like, no, that's not equal value.
So they're playing. He's like, so okay, I'll play this for that. And he raises the stakes. I've got the guys. I've got the Earth. Now I can.
Yeah.
Now I can
And
bet you
then-
my history.
And
Yeah.
then the history is
Now I can bet you my history.
even bigger. And that's cool because that's like, oh, you think you got me with this whole like, oh, the Earth, I'll take the Earth forever. Well, what about your
what
legacy
about your
or
legacy?
your memory?
Exactly, because like Grandmaster clearly doesn't care about his legacy in terms of like children, the way that we care about our legacy.
Nobody does care about being the Grandmaster.
Yes.
Right.
He folds, right?
Oh yeah. No, he's like, if you
He's not
win,
willing.
if you win, I'd have to pay the same price, which makes me a loser. I fold. And
Nice.
so he does while the Avengers all like punch the Grandmaster. And he's like, I can't. I couldn't even fathom people not remembering me. I fold. And he goes, I had a full house. I can't believe I folded. He goes, well, at least tell me like what I lost to. Was it what, two pair?
No, then Lightning is like, he's so cool. He's like, you know what? I don't remember.
My ace in the hole was always going to be my legacy.
Yeah.
Which is actually like a fun thing to offer for an obscure character like Living Lightning, where it's like, people barely remember who I am anyway. But it's like, but that's the people who do. It's like I desperately need to have that. It's like that's all I was. Like I was an Avenger, and that doesn't really mean anything because nobody remembers me or uses me in any stories.
I'd never heard his name before today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, you don't. So like,
Well, it's also cool because it's like he's like, I'm willing to give up everything about myself for my planet.
right. And can you say the same?
Right.
And he's like, no.
Turns out no.
And I don't mean just my life. I
Yeah,
mean
like
everything I
everything
ever
that
was.
Right, like if
yeah,
I
my
die,
existence.
then like people still remember. They'll build a statue of me.
Yeah.
But like if I die and you don't remember who I am, then like what was it even for? But anyway, so Grandmaster loses, and so everything goes back to normal, or at least the Earth goes where it is, so you don't have to worry about volcanoes anymore. But Grandmaster Prime is still super powerful, and he's an Elder of the Universe. And they're
Right.
still trying to punch him, and Voyager is like inspired by the valiant efforts of the combined might of the Avengers, and she's like, oh, like they're going to lose. There's no way they can beat him. But the
He
fact,
punched the Hulk into orbit.
right? But like they're also, they're going to lose, and there's no way they can win, but they fight anyway, and that's so like beautiful and inspiring that it like, makes her heart grow 3 sizes, and
Of course.
so she like uses her powers to tap into the Scarlet Witch, who taps into her own powers, which like unite all the Avengers like everywhere ever, and they all share basically she forces Wanda to use her magic to pour their collective memories of all of their accomplishments and successes and victories into each other's heads, so they're even more inspired and hopeful. And so their powers are augmented as a result of this like massive surge of hope. So they actually do manage to cry out in a thunderous call of Avengers Assemble to defeat the Grandmaster Prime. So
They beat him by yelling really loud, in other words.
basically.
Well, they beat him with teamwork.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Not even the teamwork itself, just the idea of it.
they basically beat him with continuity. Just siphoned raw continuity.
See all this stuff we remembered and recalled and brought up, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Not only that, do you remember
Man.
how... Look,
Man.
here's the thing. We're the Avengers. We always win.
Right. Exactly.
That's how we beat you. We're the Avengers.
because we beat you. Yeah.
Assemble.
So they do,
Shatter.
and they defeat him, and then Earth goes back to normal, and everybody goes on cleanup duty. The Avengers
Yeah.
all go across the world, make sure everybody's okay, and
So Captain Marvel's like, "Hey, it's back!"
Right, like,
Yay.
good,
Good job,
yay.
everybody.
so the epilogue is like they invite Voyager to join the Avengers, and she's like, I don't want to join like this. Like, I don't want to be like here because you're all just still like coming down from the euphoric high of being awesome.
Right.
Like, I want to like earn my place. And plus, like, this poor schlub, the Challenger, like used to be like a happy person who was tormented and turned mad by my dad, who's a dick.
Wait, is Challenger dead now?
Now he's defeated.
Okay.
So she takes his like unconscious body away for
like,
someone else to do something with.
Fix him or be nice to him for a
Yeah,
while. And see
yeah.
if
She's like, maybe I'll make him a good person again.
maybe we'll make out a little bit. And
Who
he'll, like, chill
knows?
out.
Maybe
I'll
I'll
be
really
his
piss off
daughter.
my dad since he
Right.
didn't give a shit about me.
Exactly. So, she and
Like, look, this is all kind of my dad's fault. Why don't I just take this thing and I'll go away?
Right.
We can all move
so like
on
I'll
with their
clean
lives.
up my dad's mess.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Fair.
the Grandmaster goes and meets up with the Black Order, who have been like resurrected by the Challenger or whatever for this whole stupid game anyway. But now they're still here.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, you guys fought valiantly. If you worked for me, maybe you might have actually succeeded. Maybe we'll do something together someday." They don't. And then like
Take my card.
Yeah, the Lethal Legion like
Yeah,
go
what
to-
happened to the Lethal Legion?
Yeah, they go to Nowhere from Guardians
Uh-huh.
and also from comics, but mostly from Guardians. And they're like, boy, we were a pretty cool team. Maybe someone will do a book about us. And then they don't.
Spoilers, they don't.
And then,
It's still early.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Brother
they still
Voodoo
could.
and Wanda and Synapse, like, basically go, maybe Quicksilver's not dead. Let's go on like a Sliders-esque adventure. We go look for Quicksilver. And that
Okay.
did get a book.
Sure.
And so they go look for Quicksilver.
But what happens to all the people who were in the crystals? They just get
They went
turned
home.
back?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was part of the deal with the poker game.
exactly. So they're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. They're part of the epilogue. Jarvis like goes back to Avengers Mansion and he sees that it's like a husk.
Yeah.
And Naughty Pim's like, "Yay, Jarvis, you're back!" And Jarvis is like,
I don't like you, Nadia.
no, he's like, he likes her, but he's like, the mansion's destroyed again. Like, you guys didn't really need me for your greatest, most mighty moment. And
No.
also, like, I'm kind of irrelevant. And most of the movies use like an AI. And then she's like, actually, that's great because I actually invented a Jarvis AI. Like, look, he's gonna help you out, and he'll supplement your efforts. And so he's like, look, like Jarvis, like ask him a question. And so he's like, hello, I'm Jarvis. Like, where's the chamomile tea? He's like, well, the chamomile tea is located in Captain America's pantry. And Jarvis is like, well, maybe it's time for me to hang it up and move on and like see what civilian life is like. So the Jarvis robot says, the tea is in Captain America's, pantry. And Jarvis is like, it most certainly is not. It's located in Dr. McCoy's pantry. This robot doesn't know anything. I'm staying here and I'm not leaving. Screw the robot. We're keeping Jarvis. You're like, lol, I see what you're doing.
You thought that I was just putting stuff for the movies in.
Yeah, but no,
no.
we're keeping the old robot. We're keeping the old butler.
Okay.
Hawkeye and Bruce Banner have like a clandestine meeting at diner where like Bruce is like, you killed me. And Hawkeye's like, you asked me to. And Bruce is like, it didn't work. And Hawkeye's like, sorry.
It did.
Right.
Yeah.
You just came back.
It's not my fault.
Bruce is like,
Remember when I was dead?
right? Yeah.
Am I indestructible too,
Yeah.
Hulk?
Yeah, do I have like a book called The Unkillable Hawkeye? No. So,
How about you tone it down a bit, Jump?
yeah, exactly.
I could just kill you again.
Right.
Maybe I'll take this time.
Right, please. So, you know.
In fact, I fired an arrow into the air 5 minutes ago. Should be coming down right about.
Thunk.
Oh, look at that.
He can't die, by the way. Like, even though every time he dies, like the full moon arises and Hulk comes back to life. It's like a horror book now. So, Hulk goes away.
How long was he dead? Like this time?
Like a year, I
for
guess.
For us.
Yeah, for us, like a year. Maybe.
All right.
Is that the longest Hulk's ever been dead?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't think Hulk's ever been dead, really.
Really?
So, yeah.
I mean, I would imagine
I guess he hasn't been dead. He's
unkillable.
been like his
Depowered or
Yeah,
replaced
or
or, on
Or
another
sent to a
planet,
different
or-
planet.
or
Exactly.
Banner's been like imprisoned in a thing in his mind or whatever.
Yep.
But he's
Yeah,
never
like
been,
after World War Hulk, you got the Hulk beat out of him, and then he comes back immediately. Like it's, yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
It is.
This was like pretty serious.
Yeah,
when he was-
no one believed he was not coming back. It was just, it was fun to see him come back, but it was also like whatever.
Yeah.
Just a new version of Hulk.
When it happened, you're like, oh, this is how they're bringing him back.
Exactly.
So when he Hulks out now, he's like different than before.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's like more angry.
Yeah,
or,
more
like-
angry, more sadistic, more. Of a
And he's
jerk.
more intelligent.
Yeah, more intelligent.
Like
okay.
now I can actually rationalize when I talk.
but he could do that
He
earlier
was before
too.
though. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that earlier too. But it was just like, but people like that. They remember that stuff, so let's just do that.
I'm sick and tired of having the Hulk say dumb things.
Yeah. So here you go. But I mean, like, you know, it's hard to get excited about the future. But like,
So you said that they could merge the teams, or they?
oh yeah, like
or back-
DaCosta's like, I didn't like how I led the teams and stuff. I'm quitting, and I'm closing all that stuff that you didn't read. It's like that's convenient because the book was canceled. But all the Avengers
No,
teams
it
like,
wasn't canceled. I quit.
yeah, exactly.
I will say,
in continuity, I just stopped having the team.
the title for this book makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, we don't give
No
up.
surrender.
No
They just
surrender.
kept fighting.
They keep fighting.
Although it's a little shoehorned in.
A little
Well,
bit.
also that's like every book.
But like,
They always don't surrender.
but
It's
this
always
is how
really
we win
difficult
this time.
odds.
This is literally how we
Yeah,
win
we
this
literally
time.
won
Literally,
by
we-
not surrender.
yeah,
we
we-
not surrendered so hard
that we won.
that we broke the bad guy.
Yep. So all the Avengers teams like merge into one because most of them like leave or quit or. No, by the way, no one like
They go
really
on an
dies.
adventure.
Yeah. But like a few of them leave. Yeah, they go on a merry adventure to look for Quicksilver. Like they go on quests.
So who's left? Who's on the Avengers now at the end of this book?
yeah,
or
like-
did they really fully
Like
establish
Thor,
it?
Cap, you know, like a bunch of people. Like whoever you want, whoever you're gonna read about. Black Panther, you know, like.
Is there another Avengers book out since this?
Oh yeah. Oh
Who's
no.
on the Avengers in that book? I guess is what I'm asking.
It's hard to like really keep it straight.
Oh, it keeps changing.
Like,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, like Spider-Man. You know?
I'm sure they have
Yeah.
characters popping in being like, hey, I was from this book.
Right.
I'm helped out a little bit.
Yeah, like not as often.
Is
Like,
Hawkeye back on the Avengers? He's no longer. No.
no. He does put
He's
on.
still
his,
a pariah.
He does in this story put on his actual Hawkeye costume. And come
Okay,
back
so he's
to,
a
like,
little
save the day.
closer.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. But you know, it's like they
I'll
set
do it
things
for you,
up.
Red Wolf.
Yeah, for Red Wolf.
Hawkeye, put on the mask for me.
What are we dating now? But it's
Come
a fun
on.
story, and it's worth the price of admission. I'd say it's a fun, epic Avenger story that like is wholly new while being entirely cliche and paying homage to like everything that happened before. It's weird how much new stuff is in this nostalgia trip,
Yeah.
and it's kind of cool that they did it. But
I like the use of the Grandmaster.
yeah,
That's cool.
I
That's
like
a cool,
I
fun
like the
way to
turn, the
use
twist,
him.
the quiet ending.
I like the fact that the Grandmaster is the one who took the Earth away.
Right.
Like, that's a good reason for why it disappeared.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But also like, and it gives a good in continuity reason for doing all the things that are like obviously movie tie-ins.
Hey,
Yeah.
when they go back, do they explain to Captain Marvel what happened? Like,
They must.
Hey, we filled you in.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, she would demand they give her a sit rep. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, I'm
wanna
going to
see
debrief
that.
all
We don't
you.
see it.
I
There's
wanna
no-
see it at
a
the end
full
of this
issue of her just like reading files and looking at video and being like,
Like
oh,
interviewing all of them one by one.
And she's like, wait, the Hulk's back?
yeah, exactly. No, that
Yeah,
I was-
sorry. You
I
gotta
was
deal with
fighting
that
so
now.
hard. We had Civil War II because of this.
yeah. They ruined my character because of that.
Yeah,
And he's just
well-
back.
Well, it's
He's
undone
back.
now.
Can we make me more of a likable character as a result?
We'll see.
Carol, Jesus.
We're doing a book called Life of Captain Marvel, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, No Surrender. Pick it up, I guess. It's in the description.
Never give up.
Never surrender.
No give up.
No, give up the book.
No give up, no surrender.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Oh, I
I thought
see.
you were getting it.
What are you
I did
doing?
not. I was
I
like,
have
what?
no idea what you're
It's
doing.
like because never give up, never surrender, but it's no surrender, so it has to like parallel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So we'll see you guys next time with another episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Thanks for staying.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
so if I take away the bow, you have no powers.
You're totally useless. That's not true. I'm also a good fighter.
How dare you?
They also make Wonder Man say that too, where he's like, you know, because he's talking to Bruce, and you know, Bruce is like, but it's just me, and he's like, if there were no powers, we'd never let Hawkeye on the team. It's like, who's this we? You came after Hawkeye.
You don't have to fucking decide these things.
You don't even punch people, you asshole.